Lego my Jameso.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 3 on how to write up your Bricklink store terms. Sorry this video is a little late to the post here. Don't worry, check out this Friday for a brand new video. And next week's episode, I'm going to show you how to actually start listing things. So be excited for that. If you haven't already listed things, now you'll learn how to do that in the following video. As always, if you're enjoying the content and haven't already, please subscribe. If this video helps you, please like it. And always leave a comment if you have a question on something, you want to see a video that I haven't done yet, or I don't know, any feedback, I guess. So I'm going to get into Bricklink now. I'm going to show you my store terms, and I'm also going to tell you some things you should have outlined in your store terms. So go to the Bricklink website and log in to your page. All right, so once you're logged in at Bricklink, obviously you'll see this page. Hopefully you're used to it by now. Right, you'll toggle up here to My Store and you'll select Settings. Settings for your store brings up every feature you have to edit and create your store page. If you're curious on shipping, please check out part 2. I outlined kind of a couple things to do for shipping. I will get into all of these at some point in time during this video series on how to start your Bricklink store, but for today we're going to focus on store terms. So store terms, essentially store terms is, how you define your store. They showcase different items for parts and pieces you have, policies, insurance. Insurance I'm going to discuss in a whole other video, so I won't really get into that today, but you'll want to outline your insurance policy in your store terms as well. So I'll just go into my store terms now and show you kind of what I have, and then I'll add comments on what you should also have or how you should edit yours. I wouldn't recommend copying people's store terms, but you can check out a lot of other stores and see what they have. That way you can get a feel for what terms you should have. As problems come up over time, your store, I've been a store for years now. I'm definitely selling much more than I have before, but you'll slowly experience a little problem here and there with certain customers or orders, and you'll want to input, have policies for that. So anyway, right here, first thing off the bat, welcome to James Brick Warehouse. It's nice and blue, it's welcoming. I always mention, feel free to reach out to me. I also include my email here, and, just to allow people to know they can reach out to me. So I start out with my in-store details. I quickly say what things are. So used parts versus new parts, and then I talk about sets. I always tell people, check out the description for something. I don't sell parts that are broken or trash, but I do sell parts that have scratches to them, they're discolored, or, slightly beat up. And that's for, there's a drastic price reduction on those parts, but I like to sell them because, one, it's inventory, sell it. But two, a lot of people build mocks or something like a mountain where they have interior pieces, and they don't need to look great, but they do need to be, a working piece, so to say. So always check descriptions. That's what I put. Then I talk about order totals. What you need to decide as your store is, do you want to have a minimum? If you're starting out as a new store, I recommend maybe having a $3 to $5 minimum. That prevents people from buying maybe one really cool piece you have. Or they can purchase that, but then they'll also purchase other parts from you. So you'll make a little bit more money by having a minimum. You might not get as many orders, obviously, but it's better to get some parts out the door. As your store grows, you can decide on not having a minimum, but when you're a new store and you only have, you might have you have probably lots of parts to list and, some sets and figures. If you really only have a couple really hot items, those will quickly get swiped. And that's fine. That's the purpose of a store. But if you have a minimum, somebody might buy that cool figure you have with parts or, whatever it may be. So it helps get inventory out the door, helps you make money. Right now, I offer no minimums, but I have additional charges. So I'll show you that on the shipping terms that I didn't discuss really in the shipping video. So next, shipping, I just say, please see the shipping section. Bricklink, when we first started, didn't have a separate shipping section, so the terms were all in here, but it's cleaner now that it's all on its own page. Insurance, I'll discuss this in another video. There's all different types of for insurance and how to charge it, so I'll get into that. So additional charges, you could decide what your charges are, and again, if you have order minimums. Like I said, I don't have an order minimum, but if anybody spends or purchases an order that is below $4.99, I charge them $1.99. That's my fee for materials, labels, bubble mailers, office supplies, tape, things. Costs like that add up quickly. It's a lot of upfront cost to purchase that stuff, but then if you can slowly get that back over time through a fee, that's perfect. So that's what I do. I charge that $1.99 for orders below $4.99, and I charge 75 cents to every order that is above that threshold. So I always charge a fee. And when you're purchasing from any Bricklink store, for say, it shows the shipping cost and the fee just built together. So instead of saying, hey, shipping's $3.50, it would say it's $4.25. So it looks cleaner, and you're not like, oh, I have a fee, but it's all built in. Things cost money, and there's fees taken out from PayPal and Bricklink. So that also helps for that. Some stores actually decide to charge you the 3% PayPal fee, the fee for Bricklink, and your shipping. So that can be kind of annoying. I feel as though as you keep growing a store, you should have set fees, and you should create your prices that fee, that percentage is kind of built in. So I don't charge that, do all that additional charging, so to say, but I do charge just that flat 75 cents on every order over $4.99. Okay, so then I talk here about order status. Mention how often you ship. Do you ship daily? Do you ship weekly? Do you ship a couple times a week? I always ship, at least every other, like, if I have your order, I will ship it out within 2 business days. I typically ship things on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then occasional Saturdays. During holiday seasons, I ship things out every day. Pretty much, it's kind of luck of the draw. If I'm packing orders to mail out today and you just place an order and it's paid for, you're lucky. I'm sending that out today. You're going to get that super fast. But on the flip side, if I just mailed out my orders, I just got home and I just see another order come in, I probably won't be packing that for 2 days from now. It will go out on that same day, but I typically take some time in between orders. So you can decide, but that's good to have your policy in there. Some people will pay more for, ship it right away, or they want to know they won't order from you if you don't ship it immediately. So I put something in here for orders returned to sender. Unfortunately, problems happen as a store, so you kind of build your policy in terms as these problems occur. So when something's returned to me, if it's my error, I'll fix it, I'll send it out, as you should. If you're a store and it's your error, you forget a part, you mess something up, you send something that it breaks or whatever. If it's truthfully your, responsibility and it's your problem, you should fix it. But things like an order returned to sender, if they gave me the wrong shipping address and I mailed it to them and it got returned to me, there's 2 options. Option 1, they give me the correct shipping address and they pay me the shipping fee again and I mail it to them. Or option 2, I refund them for their order minus the shipping and fee. And that's just because I lost that money. The postal service will not refund that because a package went through their system and back. It went from one destination to another. So that's just a term I have in here, and it's needed. International shipments, I do those separately. I can do a whole video on international as we get to that point, but I insure every international order, or at least, if some buyers don't want to spend that extra money, then I have it clearly stated that it's at fault to them. But usually international shipments, I'll do a whole video on that, even maybe a smaller series on international shipments, because that can get quite involved. But it's fun to do. I like shipping internationally. All right. Lastly, always put something in your store that states, if anything's wrong, please reach out to me before you leave feedback. It's kind of allowing customers to understand that, you'll fix the problem. The last thing you want to do is send somebody a set or an order and it's missing a part and they just quickly, give you a negative review. That's really unfortunate, and it's not great for your store to decrease your percentage of, positive feedback. So I always reach out to them and say, please let me know if there's something wrong with your order. Some stores actually send a card in there that says on it, please leave feedback or let us know if there's a problem. And that's a great way for, customers to then quickly see and remember, okay, I'll go on and leave feedback. I used to do that. I haven't recently, but I'm thinking about getting back into that. So when we talk about packing orders, I'll touch on that. So lastly, back to the shipping section, which I showed in part 2. Oh yeah. down here at the bottom of the shipping section is the shipping policy. So this used to be in store terms, but now it's on its own page. I just mentioned here that I can ship things without the box or instructions or anything if you want cheaper shipping, because that's heavier weight. And then I lay out kind of my shipping rates for first class, and the rest is calculated. I talk about that I can send things in an envelope if it's, a sticker sheet or a small booklet. So I reach out with an invoice. And then I talk about my order fees again. It's good to list that twice, both in your shipping section and your terms. Typically, that's all there really is to it. In store terms, you can do a lot more with this. I unfortunately haven't done too much more than I have here. Same with my display. I haven't edited my store logo here, but I strongly encourage you to. It makes your store look more unique, and it makes people remember you. If they see a special logo here, that's something that I'm going to try and do in the coming weeks here, is create a logo that way, or pay to get one made. That way it just makes your store look better, and people are more apt to say, oh, hey, like, I remember that store. I've purchased from them before. That's a cool logo. I remember that, even if it's something, with bricks or whatnot. But again, feel free to customize this, make it, make your own store terms, make your own page here, have an email for them to reach you at as well. And, just outline everything about your store. If you're a new store right now, all you need to really outline is, number one, what does used and new mean? Number two, your shipping policy, to see shipping on the separate page. Number three, your order total. And, if you want to add any of these other terms, you're welcome to, but they're probably not as important at the moment, but you can. It helps to, if you get that done sooner than later, that will be great. So that's all there is to your store terms. Go on my page, go on other stores, and check out their terms, and you'll get a feel for what to do and how to kind of just make it more decorative, and how to, make things bold. That way people are more apt to see them. So, but yeah, store terms is, honestly, it's just a layout of your store policy. So, all right. This video was a little lengthy. Hopefully it was helpful, though. If this was helpful, please subscribe if you're looking to see more from this channel. I'm going to keep doing the series on how to start your Bricklink store. And, when that's over, I'm going to start showcasing, my Lego train collection, my Star Wars clone collection, and then just do fun, creative, cool builds. So thanks for checking out this week's episode. Again, I will be posting another episode this Friday. This one is from last week. It was just kind of a late post because some things came up. But thanks for checking this out. Again, I hope this was helpful. I'm Lego My Jameso, and have a wonderful day. Start your Bricklink store. Heck yeah. Woohoo!